Of the 21st century, stupid proliferated unchecked despite the best efforts of the educational system. Vast herds of globe deniers, anti-vaxxers, and other idiots roamed the internet freely. Fearing a state of idiocracy, the super-secret world organizations searched frantically throughout space and time for heroes to beat back the rampaging herds of morons. Developing hidden technology, they reached back into the Stone Age to bring forward Ragical Troglodyte. Not to be outdone by them used secret evil incantations to bring Ragical, the Unhallowed Knight, into the mortal realm. Being woefully underfunded, the evil scientists and engineers at NASA went to the local bar and found a sarcastic barman. Hello and welcome to Trog Clan Live. Wow, wasn't that some bullshit?
I love it.
Let's see who else is here. We got Ragical. How you doing, sir?
You have summoned the likes of me.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on in your neck of YouTube?
I'm sorry, every time I get spawned into this realm, I have to, change the voice, I think. So they don't know I'm a demon from hell.
Well, I'm glad they did, because, every time you do your normal voice, I gotta get a new pair of britches. Oh, God, what's going on in your world, Ragical?
Right now, I already told you guys, but hey, I didn't tell the other people that are watching this. I'm smacking some Nathan around. I want to deplatform the asshole. So right now I'm holding him with the Doom fist of, Doomslayer is it's about to punch him. I'm working on a little thumbnail there. Gonna be online after your fancy stream here. So there's that.
Yeah, the Nathan bashing is becoming a favorite sport these days, especially since he's been bothering children at schoolyards. What kind of fucking stupid does it take to do that kind of nonsense?
It needs to be an Olympic sport at this moment. But it's going to be delayed till next year, so...
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, we also got the sarcastic Barman. How you doing there, Barman?
Hi, not too bad, thank you, Squire. Though I think after that absolutely crazy introduction, you're getting no more booze. You're being cut off.
What's going on in your neck of YouTube?
Oh, YouTube isn't too bad. I'm just trying to find the effort to make some videos because at the moment with the pub being shut, it's like, no effort. can't find passion to do them at the moment. So we're going to do a drinks with you, have a fun stream that I guarantee that'll put me in the mood to bloody smack down some stupid. I think we're going to do some crazy virus people who think it's caused by 5G, because they are dumb. They are dumb beyond belief.
Yeah, that's good. When we're here to be of service. Anytime you get bored and lack inspiration, I'm here to just be a dumbass moron to say, hey, there's more out there. With us is our chief mod and live chat call out is Amy Hogan. How's it going there, Miss Hogan?
I am doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm all full of piss and vinegar, if you hadn't noticed. But
Yes.
What's going on with you in the iNetwork? Anything new?
Not right now, but I'm looking at finding some more stupid and more awesome guests to trounce on that stupid. So we're looking all over the place for stuff like that, and I'm really excited about it. So, stay tuned. We're going to have some awesome things coming.
Yeah, I hear we got Dr. Bob on the Silly Show on Friday, and Hith is going to be there on Saturday, and God knows what the hell's going to happen on those streams. What's going on with that autism show you and Dick Dawson was working on?
Yes, we're getting ready for that too, and we're gonna. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna come up with, and that should be starting within a couple weeks.
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait. Hopefully you give me enough lead time so I can put that on my schedule, because, you know, I'm an old troglodyte and I have to have things written down or I forget them. And running all of our whistles and bells and dials to make sure that we are streaming live and in color and free from flurpies, we have Teddy Bogle, straight from Scotland. How you doing, Mr. Bogle?
All right, troops. All right, Trog. How's it going, man? I'm doing bloody good, man. Bloody good. Bloody busy as all hell now. But, hey, it's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But looking forward to having a wee laugh at some stupid tonight, man. And, yeah, just really looking forward to this, man. Bring it on.
Well, before we get into all the stupid that I got planned, let's take a look at the live chat and see what's going on there. Amy, who's in our live chat and what are they saying?
And we've got McClapper Jack. He says he's excited. He wants to hear about the 5G. And then, of course, we have our Booleanator, our sarcastic barman, who's going, ew, brown sound. And, of course, our very own Dick Dawson. Hello, Nikki Daly. Good to see you. And Turquoise Laura is there. Hello, Turquoise Laura. Good to see you.
Yeah, well, thank you, everybody, for showing up and willing to grab a beer and a few laughs with us. And what do you guys think? Do you want to chit-chat a little bit and talk about whatever weird, stupid we found on the internet in the last couple of weeks, or you just want to get right into the ignorant videos?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy to do either, because let's be fair, the times we're living in now, it's like a story being written by a 9-year-old. Everybody got sick, and then there was no toilet paper, and then the school shut. The next thing, it's going to snow in the UK. I mean, I know Amy's already got snow, but Jesus, it's like, yeah, it is a child's story we're living in at the moment. It's mental.
Yeah, people are really getting weird, and you know, I've lived through several issues like swine flu, avian flu, decades-long economic recession, and all kinds of things. And people did not lose their minds like they're losing their minds now. And when they did kind of get stressed out, they trusted people like their doctors and the CDC to give them true information. They didn't start making up weird-ass fairy tales about it.
Or at least they go to the pub and just get drunk about it.
Yeah.
They could go to the pub.
Yeah, when they could go to the pub. But I have noticed there's a definite decline in people's understanding, just some of the drunks that come in the pub. And some of the things they come out with, it's no longer that half-intelligent drunk conversation. It's just like, do you not watch the news? I had people come into the pub today, I said, well, there we go, there's the lockdown. They were picking up takeaway, but it was like, where's the lockdown? Here's the lockdown. I said, oh, do you think he'll announce it tonight? I said, have you not watched the news? You know you can't go anywhere, do anything. There can only be 2 of you or anything like that. Oh.
I like how the
lockdown, is
conspiracy
it?
nutters are actually combining conspiracies with this new issue. So I've heard one just last night that was talking about how this new virus outbreak is genetically engineered to be triggered by the 5G network to, depending on who you're talking to either mind control you or population control.
I can beat you on that. I had Spurs Gizmo in the fucking Discord Flat Earth debate and more, or whatever it is. He said there's no actual thing as coronavirus. It's just the 5G is damaging your immune system, and the doctors are just labeling all viruses that people are getting now as 5G. As corona. Regardless of the fact there's 23,000 cases of coronavirus in France, but France doesn't have 5G. Yeah.
Strange how that works, right? I mean, it kind of feels like the old school megapixel war. If the number is higher, it's more powerful, right? They just don't understand that 5G has less penetration power.
No.
I mean, what's going on there?
It was.
They don't brain.
Oh, the conversation I was trying to have with him, because we said to him, suppose, what is 5G? And he's like, what is 5G? Yeah, that's what we're asking you. What is 5G? And he goes, what is 5G? And it's obvious he's Googling it in the background. It's like, can you give me an answer in 10 seconds, Spurs? Come on. I literally gave him a countdown. And it took about another 20 seconds after that before he read out what 5G was. And then I was like, do you know what frequency that operates on? He's like, and you could tell what he was reading was exactly from Google. Now, a normal person, I wouldn't expect them to know what frequency 5G is on or anything like that. But if you're going to make the claim that 5G is causing people to get sick, you better have done some goddamn research on this thing. And he didn't have a clue. He didn't even know that terrestrial TV, the Freeview TV in the UK, is transmitted at 700 megahertz. Well, 5G at the lower end frequency operates between 600 megahertz and 6 gigahertz, and then above, I can't remember the other frequency now, like 30,000 or something like that. But he had no idea that something else even transmitted on the same fucking frequency. It's like,
yeah, and 5G is going to be pretty cool. It's going to carry a lot of bandwidth and very quickly, but it has the penetrating power of a 90-year-old man who forgot to take his Viagra.
To be fair, I think it's probably got as much penetrating power as a 90-year-old man who has taken his Viagra but has 2 dodgy hips.
Wait. That's not entirely true. I mean, the frequency is a lot higher, so, it's not an old man. It's just a guy who doesn't know how to do it. I guess.
It's a 16-year-old lad on his first date.
Oh, God. Well, I never really wanted this channel monetized anyway.
We just went into the forest and now we're lost, I think.
Yeah, we kind of went off in the woods and down across the river and missed Grandma's house by a country fucking mile.
Oh, logical. It's fine. You're not monetized anyway.
I wasn't ever planning on it. So anyway,
so I can turn off my filters. Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need filters here. That's okay. Have another beer. It's all good. And Amy, there's got to be something going on in live chat with this conversation. Go ahead.
There is actually. I found a few good comments. Turquoise Lawyer says 2 people in America died when they drank a fluid used to clean out fish tanks because it had a chemical that Trump said could cure COVID-19. People have gone more mad than Brits with 2 millimeters of snow. And then Charybdis says, anyone notice the deafening silence coming from the anti-vaxxer crowd? Yes, I have.
Yes.
And McClapper Jack says a call for an uprising uploaded a video today saying that Disney's Tangled hinted about the coronavirus. Laughed me tits off, he says. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
There's been a few of those saying, this person predicted this film predicted this, and they're all saying, they predicted the coronavirus. No, they didn't. You're just drawing square lines between round dots.
No, I found this a couple of days ago. What it is obviously Rapunzel was in self-isolation, but she was in the kingdom of Corona. That's where the link is.
Oh, God.
I watched one the other day, man. I was like, oh, my fuck. What? Oh,
yeah,
brilliant.
this conspiracy theorist with their predictive programming, just, that they make me laugh my tits off. Oh, God. What they don't understand is that science fiction and fantasy writers, they have a bit of a decent grasp on science, and they can kind of postulate where we're at now and where we may be in the future. So it's not hard to figure out that if we had one pandemic in 1918 called the swine flu, it's perfectly reasonable to think that sometime in the future we'll have another one that's something else.
Have you not seen the one where they got the years wrong and said, look, 1820, this flu, 1920, this flu, 2020, corona? Like, for God's sake, okay, whatever. You take 6 months off here, you add a year there, yeah. But if you're going to change numbers, anything can work.
Yeah, and I kind of feel sorry for the beer manufacturer because their sales are plummeting with all the morons thinking, I'm not going to drink Corona beer because I might get sick.
I think about a month ago when I did a video on it, they'd lost 132 million in the 3 months previous.
Yep.
God damn it. So I just did a tweet, right? Something about along the lines of the stubborn stupids will be the downfall of Homo sapien. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so many stupid people who are so goddamn stubborn and ignorant and actually proud about their stubborn ignorance. It's just, oh boy.
Yes.
Well, you've only got to look at the UK over the weekend. 15,000 people went down to a little holiday village at the seaside. About the same sort of numbers decided to go up Snowdon. And then not far from where I am now, Penavan Mountain, Penavan set hills and things. There were thousands of people walking up that as well. This is why you can just imagine Boris Johnson sitting there, face in his hands going, listen, you fucking children, you've not done what I've told you to do. Now you're all grounded.
Yeah. Yep. Same is going on over here, by the way. And I just got the new numbers. It has gone up because during this last weekend, people were bored, and bored people who are also stupid and really stubborn thought it was a good idea to go out to beaches and parks and actually sporting events. And I'm like, what did our prime minister say? Aren't you listening? I mean, do you even brain?
No,
just pisses me off
they
the
don't,
stove.
do they?
No.
I will have to say one thing. Blinking Boris Johnson, before he was elected and when he came into power, everyone thought he's a nut job. He is literally just crazy. He goes on about his hair. His dad's just bad. His whole family just seems that crazy sort of half interbred craziness. And fair play, I think he's actually done a reasonable job. Everyone said he should lock down sooner. He's trying to bank on people not being fucking stupid, though. But you see him now, all that fun and laughter is gone from him. He's got that serious face. And like, yes, we're getting to this. We are doing this. We're doing that. Nothing serious. The questions he's answering every night on these Prime Minister's questions and things like that, he's doing a good job, but he looks shattered. He looks absolutely exhausted. I'm thinking he'll be taking phone calls all night and everything. I mean, I don't know who would have done a better job. I could see stuff this conversation is getting into politics. Come back to funny stuff.
I'm guessing he wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, I've always thought over the years, why would anybody in their right mind want to be a president or a prime minister or some governmental leader? Not on a bet. I wouldn't. I don't want to work that hard. That's why I'm on YouTube.
Have you seen the before and after pictures of presidents of the United States, for instance?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it ages.
They age so much. It's not aging 8 years. They aged about 20 years or something. I mean, it's really interesting to see. Obama went gray. He went. He's an old man now. He already waving his stick at people and
Damn kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get a video of Obama knocking out a flurf when he irritates him the way Buzz did.
Oh.
The scary thing is that
he's an awesome man.
If the presidents age really quickly, and obviously Trump's really old to start with, is he just going to come out? It's going to be like that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Not Raiders of the Lost Ark, Holy Grail. Rather than drink
with
the cup, he's just going to come out like that.
Zombie.
Oh, well, on that note, let's see what's going on in live chat before we take a look at the part of the ignorant herd that's out there roaming the plains of cyberspace. Amy, that's you.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, no, we've got some good.
Get to work, Amy.
Yeah. We've got some good comments here too. And Mr. Clapperjack says, "You want to hear a funny though? Imagine living in a country where instead of taking proper measures to mitigate the spread of the virus, the government takes a pope on a helicopter ride around the capital to sprinkle holy water to ward off the virus." And then he says, then realize it's not a funny joke, and that's the country you live in. Poor guy. I'm sorry, dear.
I'm sorry, Jack.
And I'm expecting the president that we have now, when he comes out of just to be a tray of dust, and just be hauling him out in the dustpan by the time he's done his term.
It's like going to be a tray of dust with a wig on top.
Yep. With that strange thing laying on.
It's going to be orange dusty.
Well, we don't want to stress the audience out too much with all the talk of pandemics and all that stuff. So how about we go for a little stress relief and take a look at one of our first videos we got lined up for this evening. Here we have a new age woo peddler talking about his sexual celibacy and things. So in a little segment I like to call "What's He Really Saying?"
The innuendos are strong with this one.
in his end, though.
It's on your face.
Oh, God. Oh, press play, please. I've already seen it. I'm like, oh, God. I know what's coming.
Soul in the building, gazer, nature, soul in the building, man. Simple. I want to let y'all in on something real quick. All jokes aside in this video, I want to be serious about this, because some of y'all may find this funny. Now listen, I've naturally been on NoFap for like 3 weeks. Now, it's not like I'm on a journey or something. I haven't really been focused on like no feed.
Wait, I have a question. Did he say no fap, or did I misunderstand something here?
No, he definitely said
No, you heard him right.
No polishing the bishop, no waxing the car, no having a wank. I ran out of innuendos.
Fair enough. I wasn't prepared for this, literally. Holy hell.
Yeah, I don't know how he expects us to take this seriously, but okay. I'll at least try a little.
We don't gang shame around here. That's the rule, right?
Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I'm more concerned why someone would make this video to start with. I'm going to tell everyone I haven't had a wank in 3 weeks. But, okay. Why?
Oh, God.
Man, I haven't been focused on nobody but myself. And time be flying. Like, I be having so much time for myself these days, just be relaxing and chill. I haven't really been horny. Like, I ain't been going through these type of horny sprees. Like, nothing. I just been literally, genuinely just straight. Like, a female like the pussy don't run my life. Sis. You come in my house, shit, you gonna be begging me for that. Like, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a thought. Yeah, spiritual soul used to be a thought. If you watch some of my main videos, shit, I wasn't hard. I was hard.
Wait a minute, that hoe over there?
Yeah, he said thought. Yep, he called himself a thought.
Huh. How quaint.
So,
I do have to ask a question. How much was he polishing the bishop beforehand to now say, I've got so much time now, I can do all this stuff? It's like, oh, okay. So,
You just have a
obviously,
website
what do you
open.
do with the rest of your life?
I'm sorry, sarcastic barman. Do you just have a website open with innuendos right now, or what? What the hell was that?
What, polishing your bishop? No, I only know about polishing the bishop or waxing the car. There's probably loads, but I just can't think of anything. But yeah, what was he doing so often? Well, why was he doing it so often that he had no time to do anything?
What I think is funny so far is that he's a new age woo peddler, so he's going to make a stream to tell you about the spiritual benefits of celibacy, but so far all he's done is brag about all the sex he's had. What?
He can't have had that much sex if he was polishing the bishop that often. He had no time to do anything.
I guess we can be certain of it that he's not wobbling his troubles away.
Well, it eventually gets funnier. I mean,
Even funnier than this. Okay, now
it does. It really does. But before we go look at some more, let's hear what Amy's got to say about the live chat.
I got it.
Yes, please. I was just going to say something. 9 o'clock hero says, shouldn't there be 4 chugga-chuggas before the woo? Because, and then Mr. Clapperjack says, blue balls galore. No fap and chill. Wow, this guy is an effing mess, Dix. Netflix and nothing but net. That's what Booleanator says. Turquoise Laura says choke the chicken. And Charybdis says the thirst is strong with this one.
Well, I was 20 once, a very long time ago, and I remember what it was like, and all the hormones were fresh and new and anxious to get out, and, you'd get a hard on when the wind blows. The fish would stop swimming in the aquarium when you walk by. I remember those days, but I didn't go and tell everybody in public about it.
No.
Well, you seem to be really proud of it. I can just imagine him playing Xbox and achievement unlocked.
Okay. Well,
really struggling. Really struggling. I think I'll celebrate.
Give him another roll and see if we can come up with some fresh material here.
But no fap was impossible, right? So let me tell you this. Ever since I've been on this shit, the past few days, I have been having some, I would say, very weird sexual dreams. And horny as fuck at night. I ain't gonna lie, bro. At night, I be so fucking horny, bro. I'm not masturbating or watching porn or nothing. I'm gonna let y'all in on some serious shit. I've been having some weird, crazy ass dreams. Your dreams is important. I'm just now starting back having dreams. I wasn't having dreams for a very long time because I was smoking a lot of weed. You're supposed to have dreams. If you're not having dreams, something wrong. Something is stopping you from not having dreams. Dreams is messages for you, for the real world. So if you was to start writing down your dreams, it may seem pointless and stuff, but if you was to start writing that shit down and shit, you might see something that you never seen before. A serious message. It may make you become rich. It may answer some questions that you've been trying to answer for a very long time, etc. That's why I say, what if your dreams was really reality, and reality was really a dream? This.
Ragical, you obviously got something to say.
I just did. I mean, it's the echo that really got me, but it annoys me. But holy hell, this man doesn't have dreams. Doesn't he realize that a lot of people don't really remember their dreams? It's not really that hard of a thing. I think he's going on about illusions, right? While you're awake. That's kind of what you do with the smoky bit he does. The special smoky bit, right?
Yeah. Maybe he's gone.
I've gone to bed pondering whatever issue I'm pondering, and then I'll wake up in the morning maybe with a flash of inspiration. But my dreams are really the ones that gave me the flash of inspiration. It was just, taking the time to mull things over. He's dipping way back into the Freudian psychotherapy stuff and mixing a lot of new age pseudo-spiritual woo in with it, trying to say the spirit realm is giving you messages through your dreams. Do pay attention, because if you do, you'll be rich and famous.
That's ignorant.
And here's me thinking just fairly, maybe he's got some either really, really bad weed that's not making him high enough to remember his dreams, or it's just killing his libido. And that's why he's not wanted to pull the weasel, beat the bishop, tug the rope, beat the monkey, polish the knob, do the 5-knuckle shuffle, slide the snakes off a batch of orphans. What? Why am I reading this list? Why is that one in the middle? That is literally in the list. I didn't notice that was in the middle. But I'll finish off because I've started.
I'm going to get a list.
Plant the carrot, stroke the one-eyed monster, burp the baby, and caress the critter. Why is that orphans one in there? The hell? No, but look in the green room. I literally copied in the list, and I didn't notice that one was in there. Toss off the back.
No, yeah. When you are stressed out about something, that will show up in your dream. So, like when you're making that transition from like junior high to high school, we've all had the dreams because we were stressed about it. That you went to school without pants. Being a new father, I had dreams about I misplaced the baby, and oh my God, I left baby at Walmart, and I wake up all frantic. But it's the stress that's influencing the dreams, not the dreams influencing my waking life. So yeah, if you're not getting sex and if you're not winking off from time to time, guess what? Your body's under a certain amount of physical and emotional stress. You're gonna have weird dreams about sex. That's kind of what happens.
Extremes, yay.
What about the live chat? I'm sure they got some jokes there, Ames.
Yes. Mr. Clapperjack says this man clearly watched every season of Rick and Morty several times in a row because his IQ levels are off the charts. And then Monk Mayfair said weed is shown to inhibit dreams REM sleep, which I didn't know that.
Oh, that'll explain it, yeah.
That would,
yeah. THC is a very unusual drug. It's actually in a class all by itself. It actually has elements of all other classes of drugs. So it has elements of a stimulant, elements of a suppressant, elements of an hallucinogen, kind of all wrapped up in one.
Now, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I found a list of 500 in the windows.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Take that
I'm afraid.
in bites of
Someone hold me, I'm afraid. Holding your sausage hostage.
I like that one.
Oh, God. I think I might have made a terrible mistake with this video.
Playing Tug of War with the Cyclops.
Oh, God.
It's really original what's in here, by the way. Holy hell. I'll throw it in the green room as well.
Just throw one in every so often, isn't it? It's like, ha
Yeah.
What really caught my attention about this video is that he's actually going to go in public, and talk about not jacking off. And it's like, okay, that's nice. At least I know you're safe to shake hands with at the moment.
Or at least we can be sure he's battling the purple-headed yogurt slinger.
oh, God damn! I need another beer. Oh man. Well, let's take one more peek at the live chat and then see what Spiritual Soul has to say.
Sure. Nick Dawson says, play with that thing. In other words, Monk Mayfair said, but if you're not whacking off, you are going to have wet dreams. And Clifford Reynolds says, weed is also shown to inhibit the ability to not go to Taco Bell at 11 p.m. at night. And Mr. Clapperjack says, Ragical discovered the sacred text.
Yeah, I did.
And then Monk Mayfair plays Monty Python's penis song.
Oh, man.
I'm just imagining the book cover on Ragical's sacred text. It's like, wow. I should have prepared. We could have actually drawn a graphic for that. Okay, well, let's see what old Sue has to say.
It is an illusion. This is not the real world. But let me tell you this. So, listen to me. When you go on NoFap, bro, it gives you all type of crazy energy and superpowers. I dropped a video about this. It changes you as a person. It makes you become more alpha. It literally changes you. So if you somebody that's scared to talk to girls, like I said, if you was to go on NoFap, you would talk to Beyonce. You would be talking to any female that you ever wanted to. You would have the game naturally. You'll have all the answers for them. It'd be like, you'll be an alpha. That's what it do to you. And then you got stuff like porn and all this different shit. It takes you away from your superpowers when you masturbate. Stuff feed off your energy. You can call them demons. You can call them what you want. Shit really feeds off your energy.
Oh, so he now has superpowers after 3 weeks of not taking care of his business. Can we test this? Can we try and shoot him in the foot and see what happens, or kick him in the schlong? We'll try and throw him off a small building and see if he flies. I mean, for Christ's sake, if he stopped thinking about my mum, he'd be fine. But
the only picture I had in my head when he talked about superpowers was like Cyclops from the X-Men, except instead of shooting the laser beams out of his eyes, he's shooting it out of his dick.
And his dick has the face of Shoot the Whoop. I'm firing my laser.
I thought it was the Cyclops at fucking Ragical wrestling earlier on.
Oh, god damn. And what is this obsession with these guys thinking, finding ways to make them more alpha? You're either a strong, opinionated, outgoing personality, or you're not. You can learn. It's not, either you are or you ain't, and I don't see why all these guys think, oh, I've got to be the alpha, and
alphas are,
whatever.
Actual alphas don't talk about being an alpha.
No, they just
it's
get
so
on
funny
with it, like
seeing
your mum.
Yeah, I know. It's like I was telling the guys before the show. It's the big dog doesn't have to come up off the porch and bite you in the ass to know he's the big dog. That's the little chihuahua that does that shit.
Yep. The loud bastards are not the alphas. They just are annoyingly loud.
Yeah, I mean, I can be annoyingly loud, but everyone has their occasion where like, oh, shall I go up and talk to that person? I know, I'll have a shot first, and then you will go and talk up to that person. So don't have a wank, go to the pub instead. Much better plan. But not at the moment.
Oh, wait,
not at the moment.
Calm down here. Don't have a wank and go to the pub instead to have a wank. That's gonna...
No.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
For women. To have beer
Don't wank at the pub.
Don't wank at the pub.
Yeah,
the true alphas. There's no one in there.
Yeah, the true alphas are leading big corporations as CEOs and leading troops into battle and all that kind of shit. And and they're busy doing the John Wayne Dirty Harry thing. They ain't got time to be talking about this bullshit on the fucking internet.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right.
What's going on in live chat, Amy?
Oh, yeah, we've got some good ones. We were talking about the mud flood, and Dick Dawson says, Taco Bell, the cause of the mud flood, I can't. He says, so we propose that we get Barnabas Nagy on that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's investigate.
And then Nikki Daly says, wait, what? You will be more alpha with no fapping? And Charybdis says the only superpower this guy has is a magic spell. Summon bullshit. You can have a smart, dumb person. Well, this guy is a dumb person. Fuck. That's what Dick says. And then Mr. Clapperjack says, my guy gonna become one punch man with his no fap training. 100 no faps, 100 hours of not watching porn every day.
Hey, so I can't remember any bit in One Punch Man where he said he stopped choking the chicken.
Yeah,
I think it was part of his routine, right?
No, that was 100 sit-ups, 100 squat thrusts, and run 5 miles or something. That's all he did.
That's what he wants us to know, winky face.
Yeah.
To be the true one-punch man, you have to take the tackle.
You guys have heard me talk about listening for the hidden subtext when people are speaking before, and so far, the only thing I've really heard from Spiritual Sue is I'm nervous around girls. I have a hard time getting a hard on, and I'm gonna lay off sex because I'm not getting any anyway, and pretend to be really more macho. Kind of really all I've heard.
You can learn assertiveness, but that doesn't really do anything for your macho-ness. I mean, maybe you can grow some chest hair, I guess.
Well, no, if we take One Punch Man to record, all your hair falls out if you don't masturbate enough. If we're saying he doesn't masturbate. He was bold.
Well, it's halfway there, man.
Oh, God. How many more minutes of this? How many more minutes we got of this, Teddy?
Oh.
Why? How many minutes do you need?
I know, 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes.
Oh, that's three loads then.
In my younger years, but nowadays at my age.
It's one then while you wait for the pill to go down.
Yeah, 1 minute for the pills to work, and then another minute and a half. Well, never mind. We don't want to get into that.
More video?
Oh, God.
Yeah, why not?
Energy is stripped. It's feeding off your anxiety. It's the reason why you can't talk to girls, etc. This is the real reason behind it. Shit is deep when you talking about spirits, man. When you talk about the spirit world, spirituality, you start learning everything that's fucking with your energy. Everything. Can't nothing get past you when you start learning yourself. So let me tell you this. The past few days, I've been having some weird dreams, and I even started writing my dreams down. And I've been having some sexual ass dreams. Now, I know a guy, you would probably be like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nah, but it's like, dude, clearly something is coming for me in my dreams. And I did my research today.
Well done, sir. Well done.
This than me. I'm just coming. I'm here to learn. This is the experience that I've been going through in my dreams, bro. So, if you somebody,
they're gay dreams, aren't they? He's very worried. He's got no self-security.
It depends on what type of lifestyle that you live. I think this shit is coming for me in my dreams because I'm on the NoFap, which is something positive. So it's trying to throw me out my zone. It's trying to make me change my way. Probably make me call a thotty. Probably make me do some crazy stuff.
Oh, Chris.
Literally coming for me in my dreams, bro. It's called.
I'm saying you're right, Ragical. This is a coming out video.
Yeah, pause that right there.
He can be all the gay he wants to be. I don't mind. I mean, if he is gay, it's just a problem that his surroundings are, maybe not that welcoming to that.
No, this isn't a coming out video, and I would never make fun of one of those. But I just think that was funny how you fucking phrased that it's coming for me in my dreams, and it's like, well, yes. Wash your sheets afterwards,
Yeah. I think he doesn't even know it's a on the verge of coming out video. That's the way it sort of strikes me. Like, I'm worried I'm having these strange thoughts when I'm sleeping because I've not been fapping, and he might be dreaming of men, which is, okay, whatever. Nobody actually cares. You don't need to make a video about it. Just say, I might be bisexual. People hopefully will just go, all right, cool, yeah, whatever. Don't care. Makes no difference.
Maybe he just likes to drive a manual,
He might do. You never know.
I've heard a lot of New Age woo peddlers and fundamentalist Bible thumpers that harp on this sex is bad and robs your energy sort of stuff. And I've been kind of thinking, where the hell does that come from? And I really, truly don't know. And I am kind of curious. But the only thing that comes to mind is the Puritan roots that America has in its background, way back from 400 years ago, where, sex is bad and evil and of the devil, and I just can't buy into all that. It's just another bodily function, just like eating and sneezing and taking a crap. It's just another bodily function, and if you don't have all your bodily functions working properly, something's gonna go haywire. I kind of like how the Japanese look at sex, that it's actually part and parcel of your physical health.
Sex is good for you. Everyone should have it at least once a year.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's depressing. What the fuck? I'm about to cry here, man.
I'm trying to be nice to people that don't get it more than once a year. Make them not feel like they're missing out.
Well, that reminds me of that South Park episode with the size of the phallic apparatus, and if it's below a certain size, they get cranky and start driving big trucks or something.
And Barman's still young, it's that will get worse with age, but enjoy your youth while you can, and don't stress on those moderate times when anxiety just keeps you from performing correctly, because you'll bounce back. You're young.
But
Yeah, we've got some good stuff in the chat. Mr. Clapper, thank you. Mr. Clapperjack says, "Oh Lord, he has a dream journal," and then Bullionator says something is coming for him. Mike Bertelson says, "What the fuck is this guy taking before he goes to bed?" Nikki Daly says, "Sex is bad and coy." And then, oh my gosh. And then Monk Mayfair says, "God killed who's his face for pulling out to not impregnate his dead brother's wife. That's where they got the masturbation is bad." Oh my god.
And I'm just not making fun of this because he's talking about sex. Sex can be a very stressful issue for people. And I've seen that in my practice over the years as a therapist. But so I'm not really making fun of the whole topic of sex. Sure, a lot of people aren't comfortable talking about it. I'm just laughing at the way he's approaching the conversation. That if I don't do this, then I'll get more masculine and I can talk to Beyonce. No, I mean, if you got the balls to go talk to Beyonce with that big ass husband of hers, you go right ahead. I am not going to deal with that. So anyway, let's see what's coming for him in his dream. I'm curious to see what it is.
I'm not gonna say phrasing, but hey, let's go.
Well, he didn't say coming from. He said coming to for. So,
ooh, so it's coming from him, eh?
Real shit. So, man, let me tell you this. If you have some type of addictions and shit, you have to understand how important your dreams are. The astro world, all this shit is real, bro. The astro world is real. I was just talking to somebody, real shit. I asked somebody to go. I asked, have they ever been to Antarctica to try to see if the Earth was really what's in Antarctica, to try to see if the Earth is really flat or not. They said that even in the astro world, they have it blocked off. Some type of projection that could block you in the astro world. You can't see what's past Antarctica. You could go anywhere you want, but you can't see that particular thing. I can't make this up, man. I haven't got into astro traveling yet. I'm taking it one step at a time. That's why y'all be hearing so many people say bad shit about meditation. Like, motherfucker go and do a third eye meditation or something and try to open a third eye and they ain't never meditated before. They ain't even taking care of themselves. They probably still eating unhealthy. They ain't in nature. They don't know nothing. And they'll try to jump right into this shit. And that's why y'all be thinking all this book. That's why y'all be thinking this.
He's taking the long way around the bush to tell us what's going on in his dreams, but he still says some funny shit here. That they have blocked it off in the physical world, and they have also blocked it off in the astral world. Wait a minute. Doctor Strange is a fucking comic book. Seriously.
To be fair, I used to play Astro, I mean asteroids actually, So there goes my joke. God damn it!
Astro Boy.
but it's a flat world, No? Okay, never mind. I'll be hiding behind the rock over there. Ragical can take over.
They can't hear us. They can't hear us, Tatty. You broke it. Apparently they can now.
Are they lying? Dick? Is it Dick again? That Dick is lying, isn't he? He's always
No, it was.
I did.
Full quarter.
Oh, okay. I just like to blame Dick.
Blame Dick for everything. This guy's blaming his dick for not having superpowers, so why not?
Yeah, so, you know.
But then, masturbating
it
is
goes
natural.
green.
Monkeys do it, and they're natural. So,
Hell, dolphins do it for crying out loud.
yeah.
And they don't even have opposable thumbs.
No, but they do it with, like, I'm sure there's been, I don't know if I've just imagined this crap in some weird world when slightly drunk. I'm sure they've used dead animals to do it with. I don't want to put that into Google, but I'm going to have to now to make sure I'm not going crazy.
Go
First one,
incognito mode, or else they will find you.
When a dolphin flips you off, you know you got the flipper.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, I'm stretching now. Amy, what's going on in the live chat?
Sure, we've got Monk Mayfair. He says 5 to 2. He's a vegan. Bullionator says man eschews masturbation to discover the flat Earth truth. Film in 11. Demon Orb says he's having spirit science wet dreams. And then, yep, now they got us fixed, so we're good. We don't need to. It says decisions in life: tear one off or cry about it on YouTube.
Teddy, I haven't heard your voice in a bit. What do you got to say about this stupid video so far? You're not really ready to hurt me or anything yet, are you?
Oh, no yet. I'm still letting the whiskey settle in, man. But, oh my God, this guy is off the charts. He is literally off the charts, man. I mean, between his no fap fucking kick, his super fucking human powers, and now he's astral plane at his arse. What the hell is this guy on? And can I get some?
You have to share.
Oh, aye.
Yep.
And is it just me, or is it the ones that have all this hidden secret knowledge that try to educate you about it tend to speak the least educated? I mean, really, have you listened to him talk? Just not what he's saying, but how he's saying it. He sounds like a fucking idiot, just in the way he puts his sentences together, for Christ's sake. Read a book and explore the realms of vocabulary. It will do wonders for your communication skills.
I'll read a bit.
Yep.
He can't read.
Eat any good books lately?
Oh, God. All right, well, let's see what else he's got to say. Sooner or later, he's going to tell us what's invading his dream, and I'm sure it's really good.
It's dolphins.
But one thing I do know for sure. This Jaden Smith water, some Just water, some natural spring water. Let me tell y'all this. One thing I do know for sure, I'm for sure getting attacked. I think it gotta be an incubus or a succubus, bro. It gotta be. If you be having some crazy sexual dreams, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. Sex is better in your dreams, but you don't supposed to be having them type dreams. Because when you do have sex in your dreams, it's really something stripping you away from, it's really something stripping your energy away in real life. If you understand what I'm saying. So you gotta really start cleansing yourself. You gotta really start loving.
Wait. Is he telling us that there are some, kinky ass widows out there sapping our magic powers through our phallic devices?
We'll get him address.
It sounds like that's the thing he's talking about.
I mean, it sounds like some weird-ass Halloween Pornhub video where dude's getting sucked off, and the more she sucks, the more of a withered husk he becomes. I mean, it's bizarre what he's talking about. And is anybody else getting that picture, or is it just me?
It must just be you. I'm over here trying to ignore you,
Oh, well, I can tell he's building up to something big.
He's building up to a big
I was gonna
explosion.
say phrasing that, Daddy. Holy hell.
Every answer was perfectly picked. After 3 weeks of frustration, it's going to be bloody big.
Put that thing away, you'll stick somebody's eye out with it.
He'll
Gonna blow a
explode
hole
at
in
this
his roof,
point
man.
because he's backed up.
Take out half the fucking block.
He's gonna take out the ISS.
Oh.
Pressure behind that thing.
Houston,
Ouch.
we have a problem. What's the problem? I don't know. Someone shut us down. It's a bit dewy in here.
Oh, well. Anything in the live chat before we look at some more of this stupid Amy?
Sure. They can't hear us again, so I'll let you know about that. And then the Glober Mom says, so your dreams aren't due to you. Yeah. Glober Mom says, so your dreams aren't due to your brain working and trying to work through what you did during the day. It's some supernatural force. And then yeah, we hear laughing in the distance. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Sounds like his dreams are going through things he didn't do. And yeah, Digital is telling me that read the chat, the audio is fucked. Yeah, I know. I've been reading it. I've been saying it over and over. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And what was with that water he was drinking? Somebody's put their name on the water bottle. That'd give me the heebie-jeebies right there. Wondering what part of their bodily fluids that was.
Let's go with water,
Yeah, that's
shall we?
Jaden Smith. That's Will Smith's son.
Oh. Okay, well, I hope he wasn't doing a Riley in the bottle.
Wait. Now, how old are you?
How old am I?
Well, at the moment, I'm probably 9, but...
That's right. Matt just told you 46.
You're 47 on August 22nd.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
And I was going to be 15 on July 20th.
A drive-by matting.
That was a good drive-by matting. We now all know how old you're going to be.
Yes, and exactly when.
Well, keep your chin up, Amy, because no matter how old you get, you will always be younger than me.
I kind of was asking the Troglodyte, but hey.
Matt said it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, if the audio's fixed and the audience can hear us, we may as well look at some more of the Spiritual Sue video.
Then yourself. You gotta start asking God to get rid of all this shit that's stopping you from being the best version of you. Get rid of all this stuff. Ask him to get rid of all the addictions. Bro, ask God for everything. No matter what it is. He gave us all the tools that we need to be a better person. From guides, everything. You got to start asking God to clear this stuff out, man. So, listen to me. If you're somebody that's having these sexual dreams, it's something really deep, seriously. It's something serious behind that. Just like it's something that feed off your thoughts, your stressful thoughts. It's something that feed off these sexual dreams. It get that serious, man. Everything happen in the astral world, the dream world, the spirit world. This is an illusion. You can't see shit with these 2 eyes. That's why it's good for you to become consciously aware and lose that fear. When you start meditating, you stop being scared of shit. You stop being scared of everything. Because you will know exactly what it is, life after death. You will know all this stuff. You will lose the fear. But it's some shit called incubus and succubus. I don't really have too much news about this. But, hey, I'm telling you right now, I think it's trying to come for me in this no-fap shit that I'm on. I naturally been on it. I've been having some crazy-ass, wet, horny dreams, man. Crazy dreams. It's been happening often, too. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger and shit, I love having dreams like these. I love having some, but... Now, like, bro, why am I? It make me want to just call a female over to get all this energy. It be making me just want to be. I be like, bro, what the fuck? Then I go to.
No.
Did he just? Who talks like that? I'm gonna call a female over. What the hell is that? I've never heard that sentence before.
A normal person would say, I'm going to ask my girlfriend, my wife, my significant, well, I wouldn't even say significant other. I'm going to ask Fee to come down and just suck me off. Yeah, whatever. A female person. Who's he
I am
trying
going to
see?
download a female and have sex with it. That is what I'm going to do.
People,
It's not so stupid.
He's going to
Trust
pick
me,
up
it's
the thing
not
that looks like
energy
a torch.
he's going to be giving her. Jesus Christ. This is just getting weirder and weirder. Incubuses and succubuses are coming from him in his dreams. For anybody unaware of what that is, those are spirits. An incubus is a male and a succubus is a female, and they attack you sexually in your dreams.
Ha! I won my prize. He's getting both.
Right.
He is having bisexual thoughts. I win the world. Told you he was worried.
It's like, you go long enough without sex, you're going to start dreaming about sex. Not hard to figure out why.
At least he's not moaned about having wet sheets as yet.
Yeah, and what is this crap of ask God to make you the best person that you can be? If you're having sex, you can't be the best person you can be. Bullshit. This is the whole question about whether or not God exists. Put that aside for a minute. Let's just assume that God does exist, and He created me the way I am, sexuality included. That means that my sexuality is good, and I don't know why these folks try to say it's bad. Sure, we could misuse our sexuality in many different ways. People end up in jail for doing that. But sex in and of itself is just a normal bodily function. It is not evil. And you got to show me some evidence of this astral plane thing, because I ain't buying it.
Well, astral plane, no idea. But God always said, go forth and multiply. So he should be going out and having sex. To not have sex would be unspiritual. So he can't become more spiritual by not having sex, because God wants us to have sex. Therefore, by not having sex, he's not being spiritual.
Yeah,
it's a vicious circle for the ugly people.
Well, I'm just worried about people having the curtains open when they have sex, because there's gonna pop up some kind of Jesus fella, and he's like, "Yeah, you're doing that all right. I mean, I'm always watching." I'm like, Jesus, get the fuck out of here, man. God damn it. Oh, wait. That's gonna call in the God, right?
I know. I had a theist one time yell at me about, you can't be a true agnostic because you say God damn, so you're always invoking God. It's like, dude, it's just a saying.
Yeah. God damn. I'm Catholic, and there's a big Catholic community up here, very, and they all say God damn all the time. So, no.
I can use this. I mean, the saying is usually, damn, girl. This guy's going to say, damn, female. Wait a minute.
I think the only thing that could have made this video more complete would be a banjo playing in the background.
You should have asked beforehand. He could have added one.
Why is it always the same song? Why is it always the same song with the banjo playing? It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Deliverance.
Goodness gracious. Well, I don't.
We don't take kindly to our people around here don't know, Fap.
Let's be fair, those sorts of people, they don't fap. They just ask their mum to do it for them.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You brought up the banjo joke. I just continued it to its next form of logic.
Yeah, I don't know how many minutes is left of this video,
1
but I
minute,
don't know
30
if I
seconds.
really... I don't know if I want to finish it. We already got the crux of the whole situation here.
I think we have, yes.
If I don't have sex and I don't wank, then I'm going to be a better, more spiritual person. But beware, because the evil spirits will be out to get you.
And let's be honest here, we all want to move on because we don't know what he's going to do in the last few seconds of his video.
No, it's
I'm very worried about your channel being a thing,
Yeah,
so.
And don't forget, Logical, you forgot to mention his superpowers he'll get by not fapping.
That's right. I'm afraid he's going to jump scare us with all of a sudden something's going to splatter on the lens of his camera. That's what I'm concerned about.
It had to be snakes.
That's
One-eyed
concerning.
snakes.
I knew somebody was going to go there, and I'm just shocked that our innocent, above board, wouldn't say shit if she had a mouthful, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. Amy Hogan had to be the one. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say, but I'm just saying words because I don't know what to say.
I'm proud of you, Amy.
Thank you.
I was thinking the saying butter wouldn't melt in their mouth's very misleading. Of course, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She'd swallow.
Oh, God. Be careful there, Barman. The uncalled for is going to get us.
It could work with anyone. They don't have to be female for that joke to work.
So what's going on live chat, Amy?
Oh yes, we got. Yes, we have. What's that line? God helps those who help themselves. We are responsible for what we do or don't do. And that's that free will thing, I think. Charybdis says, let's be honest here. It's a really good thing he isn't getting any. The gene pool will thank him for that.
I can only agree.
Exactly. 9 o'clock hero says, I want to see his superpower. And then Monk Mayfair says, white splatter on the lens. 9 o'clock hero says, bet it's not as big as mine. And we've reached the end.
I think his superpower is going to be either how far it shoots when he finally explodes, or the ability to play basketball with his own testicles.
Unless you go for the Superman joke.
Oh,
What's a Superman?
we're already halfway there.
Superman joke? No?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So the shooting too far, Superman being the Man of Steel, Lois Lane not hearing him say I'm about to. Looks like Lois Lane shot herself. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
glad
give
one
that a
laughed there,
cheesy
'cause I
grin.
thought, it's a bad joke, but it was funny in the comic.
I'll give that one cheesy grin.
I'm using that at work tomorrow.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll find
Ragical,
it.
what do you think about this particular video? Did I take it too far? Will you be back on Trog Clan Live sometime in the future, or did you just decide that I'm a waste of genetic material?
What's that? I'm already loading in the cow and the sword and the duff. I'm out of here. Bye.
Oh, God. Oh, there's Ragical with her 2 cents. Yep, I agree, Ragic.
That's right.
No. No. Anyway, what about you, Barman? Any thoughts on this thing?
I'm wondering why you brought me into this video with something like this and thought I might behave. Jesus. You're worried, worried that Ragical's going to leave. I'm worried if you're actually going to have me back on.
Well,
I was gonna say, Barman, you were gonna play the innocent guy, and I'm like, says the guy with the bloody list of innuendos. But hey,
hey,
you
your
stay
list
true
is
to
bigger than
yourself.
mine.
Well, just to set your mind at ease, Barman, I did not pick the video and then pick you. I knew you were going to be coming on the show, and I picked this video because you were coming on the show, because I know you.
Wait.
I could have been worse then.
I fully expected you to be.
Barman, how big was your list?
Not as big as yours, but unfortunately, I don't need to. I don't need to boast about my list because it's not how long the list is; it's how wide it is, and how you use it.
My list is really, really handsome and good at the sex.
Yeah, but I've got the rum, which is better than whiskey, which makes me better at the sex.
Hey. No. No,
we triggered someone. Okay. Everyone back away.
He obviously, though, he obviously doesn't watch enough Sir Sick to get the references.
I do.
How dare you, Tatty?
I do. I'm just not letting that comment pass. No fucking
So
danger.
sick. So sick. That sounds like some
he's
kind
like the
of
knockoff
budget version of
you.
Ragical. What's this? So
Yeah,
sick?
he's the knockoff version of you. He's almost as funny, not as nice, and he doesn't have a cow. He has a girlfriend, apparently.
Girlfriend.
Step away. Step away.
It's the time to back slowly out of the room, pretend you didn't hear a thing.
You notice I was keeping my mouth shut there for a moment.
Well, I'm going over mine again to get some Jack Daniels down me.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, what do y'all think of the live chat there? Was this just like the stupidest thing you heard over and above even what the Flurfs come up with? Was it just kind of, he could have done better? Did I take shit too far? Will you be back for another show? I don't know. Tell me in the comments section. And maybe as they pop up, let me know what they're saying.
Sure. There's a lot of, from when we did the Del Cow, there's a lot of no. And then there's Mr. Clapperjack says Del sounds like a Minecraft cow when he says no. And no. 9 o'clock
Never
hero
gets
said
old, by the way.
Yeah, no, it doesn't ever. 9 o'clock hero says Bugger went for the wine but grabbed the sherry. And Sick is currently Sir Social Distancing Crusader.
Yeah.
TD Lane says, do you want to watch Flurfs? No.
No.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, thank you. And everybody's loving it in the chat. Everybody's saying this was awesome.
Okay. Well, what's your thoughts on this whole thing there, Amy? You didn't really put a whole lot of 2 cents worth in there. And I know Ragical's trying to butt in, but I'm going to let you take first crack at it, and then we'll give Ragical his mic back.
I'm leaving.
Again?
Yeah, like I said, I'm just waiting for the jump scare at the end of his video where it just goes, and that's what you hear in that scene. And then you see the camera short out or something. I'm a little frightened there. Or what he might do because he can't think straight because he's backed up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're not going to let him do the jump scare. We're going to stop it right here because, just kind of leave it hanging, as it were.
Wow.
Yeah. You can all find out for yourselves what happens in the end of that video.
Please keep it to yourself. We don't need to know.
That's right. I don't want to know. Poor camera. That's all I'm going to say.
Alrighty. What were you going to say, Ragical, before I so rudely interrupt you in favor of Amy?
I forget.
Oh, man.
It was some...
I'm the one with the old guy brain.
Wait. I tried to talk to a Flurf once. He started to get angry, so I backed up behind the horizon and he didn't know where I was.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, that was really... It sounded better in my head.
I get those all the time. Welcome to my world. What about you, Teddy? What's your thoughts on this first video of the evening?
Oh, man. What can I say? What a non-wanker. It's just unbelievable. I'm pretty sure if you get really close to the camera, you can see the whites of his eyes were really light.
Oh, really? Oh, it explains why so much fuck comes out of his mouth, because he's just not. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, oh my God. I mean, for the whole non-fap thing, fair enough, when you go, mate, knock yourself out, or don't, as the case may be. But to then start giving it superpowers and succubus or succubi coming into my dreams, coming for me. I mean, oh my God. What the hell does he think's going to happen if he stops abusing himself? His brain's just going to fucking take over.
Apparently, he thinks he's going to be a super-powered hero. I don't know, but for all the gentlemen in the live chat, just want to let you know. I read a medical journal within the last 6 months or so that was talking about that men who masturbate at least 3 times a week have a 33% lower chance of contracting prostate cancer later in life.
Wow. So if you're doing it like 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, I'll never get prostate cancer, because I'm taking care of business, a couple of times a day, every single day. I'll never get cancer.
That explains why there's such a low rate of prostate cancer between like 15 and 18-year-olds. But his video doesn't raise the point of why don't all 13-year-olds have superpowers? Because really, they've had 13 years of nofap. Also, 14-year-olds, hopefully, it starts to blur the edges around there. But you'd expect them all to be flying around, really pissing off their parents, throwing shit at them from the sky.
Johnny, get down here and get your Playboy to the bathroom, for Christ's sake. I'm tired of you flying all over the fucking neighborhood. Jesus Christ.
And stop shooting my camera.
See, every 14-year-old for their birthday would get a subscription to Pornhub if that was the case. It's just like, oh, God, we can't risk it. By the time they get to 17, if they haven't started, they'll be taking over the world.
Okay, well, I don't know if the sex jokes are getting a little limp or not, but
They might be.
we do have another video to check out if you guys want to, and it deals with hard rocks, so maybe it's connected.
Oh,
Can I have a happy ending?
Does that mean it's been like hard rocks and wet dreams? Oh, dear.
No, well, there's a reason I named these streams.
I know.
Them. So anyway, this next video is from a mudflooter who thinks he has found fossilized organs of giant beings. And everyone now sing it with me. The hills are alive. Or never mind. I can't fucking finish the joke.
With the
God
band of morons.
Let's just get into it, Teddy.
Welcome to Mud Fossils, The Heart of the Matter, Part 1. This isn't meant to be an introduction to the topic of mud fossils, so if you're not already familiar with the topic and you haven't seen any of my earlier videos, I highly recommend that you go back and have a look, as they'll give a simpler explanation, and I'll also post some links to some other great channels in the show notes that are covering the mud fossil, mud flood topic. In this video, I won't be touching on the theme of titans, but nevertheless, the topics are very much related, as the same conditions that would have led to the fossilization of the great elephant, Mont Go, would also have been at work on beings of all sizes. So if you have studied a bit of the mud fossil topic, then you might have...
Wait. I think I just found the connection to the other video. Beings of all sizes.
Oh, God. How did I miss that one?
Is he gonna find a
joke is
giant
below
vagina in a cave somewhere? Because that's what the other dude did.
Succubus is coming again.
God.
Giant Titan succubus. Okay, let's go on. I'm curious now.
Experience the same kinds of frustrations that I experience, which is that a lot of times the videos cover people looking at different kinds of rocks and pointing out features that you can sort of see, but maybe they're there, maybe they're not. So I was a little bit frustrated by that, because even though I know a lot of anatomy, sometimes I was looking at these rocks and people were making statements about them like they were fact, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe, and maybe not. So I thought, well, if the whole mud fossil...
So he's talking about other morons talking about mud flood fossils and accusing them of seeing what they want to see right before he does the same fucking thing. I'll guarantee it.
Kill Sophies.
So I have a question.
Exactly.
A really important question here.
Oh dear.
I'm just saying, are mountains, are they boobs?
Well, there is a range in Wyoming. I believe it's in Wyoming. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But it's called Grand Teton. Yep.
Bloody, the pandemic is preventing me from booking a ticket right now. God.
Yeah, the Grand Tetons, the French fur trappers who originally named it giant titties, basically, is what that means.
Big boobs. Yeah, that's what it is. Big boobs.
All from Red Range.
In Scotland, you get the paps of Jura and the paps of Glencoe. And your paps are your breasts. So these aren't the only ones. And believe you me, yeah, very pappish.
So it's giant boobs that mountains are. Okay. Love it.
Yeah, well, they say that faith can move mountains. Well, apparently it's saving up your fat for an extra long amount of time to actually do it.
Well, there we go. That may be what he's talking about.
Okay, Taddy, go ahead and if you can grab that and throw that on the screen so everybody in the live chat can enjoy that too. While Taddy does that, let's see if
it's porn.
Let's see if Amy's got anything from the live chat that we can talk about or laugh with.
Yes, definitely. TD Lane says, I have yet to see proof of the mud flood. It isn't just conspiracy bullshit. And then he said, I can say with 100% certainty that he's not a paleontologist and knows jack diddly squat about fossils. And he's an expert in pareidolia, 9 o'clock hero says. Hello, Jutmonk, good to see you. And then Old Desert Rat says, jagged titties, now I know I have touched them. So, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Jutmonk. So yeah, good to see you, and sorry about the lockdown for 3 weeks.
Oi, oi, you crazy monkey.
Oh, gracious, Matthew.
Oi, oi, monkey.
Ready with that picture?
Which one? The Western Sahara one? So that's actually called the breasts of Aphrodite in Greece.
Where's the rest of her?
I don't know, but if they're her breasts, I'd hate to think how big, as in tall, she is. Jesus Christ, that's a big mountain. Or big titan. You'd know if she really stepped on your house, wouldn't you?
We don't have mountains in the Netherlands, so I'm always at all at anything that has an elevation.
Well, I would have thought there'd be like a big hill range or something in the Netherlands, but yeah, wow, okay. I always thought of the Netherlands as a flat place, but I would have thought there would have been something.
Yeah, well, in the southern part, there's like the Ardennes, and it's like the edge of the Ardennes, and that's around, I think, 150 meters. I don't even know.
Valersburg, 322 meters.
Do you know if Aphrodite's she's a full-figured girl. Can you imagine how deep her navel is?
Oh, God. You're showing in it.
You want another one?
Yeah, go for the other one.
Throw up another one.
By the way, that's the Valserberg. Let's see. That's 322 meters. Okay, so that's pretty high.
So, and that's in Sahara, that one. I can't remember what that one was called. But yeah, that looks like a boob with a nipple and everything.
Yeah, amazing what pareidolia will do.
I mean,
as pareidolia goes, that's not a bad one.
No. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Naked Gun, I think it was, where Leslie Nielsen was talking about his ex-wife, and everywhere he looked, everything looked like titties to him. Grain silos and everything. It's you guys are probably too young to remember that movie, but
Naked Gun, I have seen Naked Gun. It's been a while. But I will say I have one problem with that boob. It looks fake.
Silicone's still real.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
give me a real boob any day.
Hey, if you can grab them and she doesn't slap you, they're real.
No, that's the worst thing. On the very rare occasion, I do watch some female nakedness online. It's a real bad thing when the face is so pretty. I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice. And she takes it off. I'm like, oh, they're fake. I'll find another one now. Fake boobs I just don't like at all.
Do they scare you?
They don't scare me. It's just like, oh, I prefer a natural look. Same with I don't like women with lots of makeup on. It's like, meh.
So, anyway, did Amy make it back? I know she had to go take care of something. Is she back?
I don't
She
believe
said, be
so.
right back.
No?
That's all she said, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right here. Sorry. I
There
had
she
to-
is.
Okay. Back.
Yeah,
Right,
sorry. I
okay,
had to take
calm
care of
down, stop
something for the
talking,
kidlet.
bad about her.
Yeah, and Amy, I don't know what happened to the monkey's wrench, but he threatened to shit in my lap if I didn't give him one. Standing rule around here, all the show members have wrenches, so sorry about that monkey. It was
Yeah.
nothing personal. It was
No.
Amy's fault.
No, it's YouTube's fault. Nice try, though. Yeah. No, I'm not in your account right now because I couldn't sign in, so I can't fix that. But yeah, definitely just remind me when I get the logins again, and I'll fix that
Okay.
for you, Monkey. Sorry about that.
YouTube has joined the chat.
So
Oh crap!
you'll
Everyone
have,
scatter.
we'll make sure you have a blue tool come the next Trog Clan Live, Monkey.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
make sure
Sorry
not
about
to beat
that.
one out between now and then. You'll go blue yourself.
Does this mean I can time the monkey out? Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Do you feel something dreading in your neck there, monkey? My mouse is hovering and put user in timeout. Ooh.
Oh,
Do you
God.
know what's
I love the
funny?
monkey, I can't
So
do it.
is mine.
Well, we appear to have taken a left turn in Albuquerque once again. So why don't we get back to the idiot with the mud flood fossils and the fossils?
I'm pretty sure we went over the hill and crashed somewhere.
Yeah, have another beer there, Troglodyte. You're saying you're flicking uphill. Where's the can? God damn it! I'm not drinking.
That's the closest you've sounded to me all night, man. You want the video?
Okay.
This whole thing is true.
Yes.
Then there ought to be a rock out there somewhere that would just completely shatter the prevailing geological paradigm. In other words, a single rock that had so many coincidences that you couldn't help but think, well, maybe there's actually something to this. So that was when I decided to just put out a little message to the universe and
Look at that! Look at that! It's like one of those brachiosaurus just laying down with the neck and the little head in the end. That's basically.
I see it.
Pareidolia.
Yeah, so
that's
the
what it is.
nose is like just almost a third of the way along the screen. Then the eye is on the left near the top. Yeah, I see that. I see that.
It's not a brachiosaur. That's
Also-
a dragon.
Also, I don't want to brag, but I also see a building, something in the front.
Yeah, there's a
There,
building.
there.
There's definitely a building.
That's pareidolia, man. Never a building.
What
Fake
you mean
building.
the dinosaur's real, but the building's fake?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh God. Okay, let's see.
request
carry
that
on with the
it
video.
send me
That's okay.
just such a specimen. It wasn't long after, a few days actually, that I was on a walk in a river bottom and I came across a rock that fit that category. And I believe that it's completely groundbreaking. If you've seen my previous videos, then you know what a lengthy list of coincidences I managed to gather in relationship to the mountain Mont Go. And with the topic that I'm going to be covering today, I'd say that the list is already growing quite long. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the rock that I found that changed the way that I view the world today. Now, if you don't know anything about heart anatomy, don't worry about it, because I'll be going through things and there will be a lot of repetition. But once you've...
Pause. The rock that changed his whole view of reality. What is he, fucking Charlie Brown at Halloween? I got a Snickers, I got a Milky Way, I got a rock. And he tells me, don't worry if I don't know about heart anatomy. Somehow I don't think he does either.
No. I don't also think he knows how fossils are made, because he's trying to say this is a heart fossil. I don't think fossilization, even in my rough understanding of fossilization, works in the way that your heart is going to make a goddamn fossil, because there's no minerals and things in your heart in that sort of way.
Soft tissue doesn't fossilize, it mummifies, and it's a completely different process.
Oh, God.
But guys, he has a rock.
It's a dick flute.
It's groundbreaking. Well, I guess if you smash it against the ground, it probably would be.
So, yeah, all this because he's basically found a rock that's slightly oval with some holes in, that was in water. So we'll explain the smooth outside edge as the water and the rocks and the sand rub over it. As for the hollowness, that's probably because it's been formed as a sedimentary style rock, and that the things that the rock formed around as it's formed, as they've become hard on the outside, and the rock inside, because the air's still been able to get to it, have decomposed away. Yeah, that's not a heart.
Yeah. Amy, what's the people in the live chat saying about this nonsense? Well, when
you broke Amy. You broke Amy.
Sorry. No, just chasing after someone again. Charybdis says, looks like a sausage with a crooked tip. And TD Lane says, yeah, I'm sorry, but these mud flood reject creationists are dumber than the young Earth creation crowd. They reject all geology. And then, hi, Rock, this is my friend, Dick Splash. Exactly. And TD Lane says, that's not a heart. Holes can occur in rocks from erosion or as preserved burrows. And then, yes, that's pretty much it right now.
Yeah, these mud flutter fossil people are just as bad as the damn globe deniers. It's all about, well, I'm not going to listen to the guy that spent 12 years of his life educating himself on the subject and getting his PhD, and someone who spent 15 years out in the field digging up fossils and everything else, because of course they are controlled by them, and it's all indoctrination. So I'm going to make up my own shit because, god damn it, I are smarter. That just blows my fucking mind.
Makes sense to one of them at least.
Yeah, I think I broke Ragical.
You may have. I think Amy just missed it, but TD Lane was just saying, because he put not exactly about the heart fossilizing. If the body mummifies, but he did say there were several hadrosaurs that got mummified, like bog bodies, and then fossilized. So there could be the opportunity for things to fossilize, I think is what he's saying. He can correct me if you're wrong. So if the organ mummifies first, there could be a chance of it fossilizing, I'm guessing he's trying to say, which could be really cool.
Yeah, he's true. What he's saying is true. And I just didn't take my little statement far enough a moment ago when I was talking about mummification versus fossilization. But yeah, he's right. They have found a few dinosaurs that mummified first and then fossilized. And they're really cool because now we get to see, at least what some looked like with skin, and we no longer have to guess.
That is very cool. And I'll have to Google that later.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They popped up in my Google News about that sort of thing. So, yeah, he's absolutely right.
Nice.
So, anyway, Ragical, are you back? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I didn't know if you escaped or not.
I've got hold of his leg. He's not going anywhere.
God damn it.
Okay. Well, we're an hour and a half into this whole stream, and I don't want to abuse anybody's time, but let's see what some more of this stupid shit's got to say. And if we have to, we can always put him on chipmunk speed.
Started to recognize these structures. It's very easy to go out and find these rocks for yourself. I'll talk more about that in the next video. But let me just back this up for a minute and show you right here. So what we're looking at here are the openings for the pulmonary arteries. And this is the coronary artery, and then this is what's known as the coronary sulcus. The left atrium and the left ventricle of the heart. And then this is the marbling that you'll see in a moment. So let me just bring that up. So if we look at the heart here, this is your coronary sulcus right there. The ventricle, this side of the heart is the side that has the thick muscle, and this side is much thinner and it's got more open space. So the majority of the pumping is done by the left ventricle. This is your aorta up here, and we'll see when this turns around that there's an opening for the aorta on the back side. So if you just look at the overall look of this rock, I mean, it's got the color of flesh, especially if I spray it with a bit of water, it really starts to look fleshy. And already just from this one face, you can make out the overall shape. Imagine the bottom of this tilted over that way, like what you're seeing here. So if we look here, you can really make out the coronary artery. Here's the fatty area that I was talking about that you see right here, and the coronary sulcus. Sulcus is just the word for indentation, and that's exactly what you see here, an indentation, and there's an opening right here where the arrow is that you can't see. And then up.
So he's trying to say it's a heart fossil. So even if we gave it as, yes, that is a fossil of a heart, that thing really isn't very big, is it? I mean, a cow's fossil is the size of your, a cow's heart is the size of your head. So I would say that is maybe slightly smaller than his head, so it could be a younger cow, or it could be something maybe slightly smaller than the cow. I mean, a blue whale, that's 5 foot across for the heart. So, yeah, even if that was a heart fossil, it doesn't prove Titan's giants or his small penis.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
You know,
I occasionally make good points.
Yeah, different animal species, even though they have the same basic parts of the heart, they're going to be arranged in different ways. He's comparing it to a human heart, you know, but a dog's heart looks slightly different than a human heart, looks slightly different than a cow's heart, looks slightly different than an octopus's heart. Yeah, they all got hearts, but they're all kind of put together slightly differently. So, and it's, again, soft tissue isn't going to fossilize without mummification first, and if it did, it would at least have more of the topography of a heart than what this does. This is just a rock that's been smoothed by water, and I saw Bullionator say something about some solvent. What did he say there, Amy?
He said that is solvent dissolved limestone, and then he's called him a fucking moron.
Oh, you're on point there.
And thank you. Yeah, that's what he said, and it's so. Yeah, it's looks like it's too worn down to be anything like than what everybody's been saying. It's just a rock. It, you know.
Yeah, also, I'm looking at heart diagrams right now, and where are the tubes? I just see the bloody holes that are supposed to be there, and I'm thinking there's only 3 holes on that thing, right?
On that
Pretty
side?
sure a heart has more. Oh, there's one up there as well. Ooh, look at that.
Well, I'm thinking his head has more holes in it than this rock does.
Also, if you turn it upside down, it looks like the alien from the weird alien, the white alien from the Aliens movie.
And if you turn it sideways, it's going to look like somebody was really constipated.
Oh, God.
It also looks like it's like the back part is like some kind of dinosaur looking over a cliff. You know, it's like, hi guys. It's got that little mouth thing.
You know, this is like the Pareidolia clouds. You can see whatever you want. You know, when you find a true fossil. There is no question about what it is you found. I used to find them in my backyard when I grew up in Illinois, all the time, because millions of years ago, that part of the country was an inland sea. So I would find, as I dug the ground for a garden in the backyard, I would find fossilized coral and clams and other little sea creatures. And it was really cool, 9 years old, and say, oh, I'm an archaeologist. Look what I found, Mommy. And there was no question about what you were looking at, because if you look at a fossilized clamshell and a modern clamshell, they looked exactly the same. Looking at the fossilized coral looks exactly like the modern coral. That does not look like a heart to me. That looks like a rock with holes.
Logical just disproved evolution by saying the two fossils are exactly the same. Conspiracy.
So, anyway, Amy, what's going on in the live chat?
Yeah, and that's what 9 o'clock hero agrees with you. It looks like a fucking rock, he said. So, yeah, I think they're right.
To be fair, it's a fancy rock, but still a rock.
Exactly. You could, hang it somewhere with those holes in it. So, and
wait. There was supposed to be a link to the previous video, and this is a rock with holes. Should we stop the video right now?
There we go.
So far, this is as stupid saying that this looks like a heart as it would be if he would show me a picture of a Stone Age arrowhead claiming that proof of aliens, here's a fossilized laser beam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same level of stupid as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, a severe case of pareidolia. Jut Monk said, you know what they say, big heart, big dick.
Amy, language.
I know.
You can't be saying dick. I mean, what the hell?
It was the monkey's fault.
My poor ears, Amy. God fucking damn it.
I know. My leg.
Dick Dawson still in the chat. Hey, Dick, are you still there, Dick? I mean, Richard?
Boole did have a good point. He says water is the universal solvent for those not in the know. And then Cy Strikling says, watch the fucking language. We love you, Cy Strikling.
Yeah,
good to see you, hon.
I mean, seriously, I find this highly unacceptable.
Yeah. Amy, I just looked at the live chat. What's TD Lane wanting me to send to him? Thank you for calling me a magnificent caveman, by the way, but what is it he wants me to send to him?
Send this shit to me. He says, I guess these videos.
No, he seemed to post it at the same time you were talking about the fossilized mussels and clams, whatever you said.
I was talking about digging up fossils in my backyard when I was a kid. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any of those fossils anymore. That was 50 years ago. And I didn't save them. I wish I had.
Oh, I know.
That's a shame.
He also said, too, limestone does not last in water. I've found numerous rocks a lot like it at a beach here in California, where rocks a lot like what this guy has.
But yeah, that's why Missouri and Illinois have all those limestone caves in that area, because of the inland sea, and the pH of the water was just right that it carved out just by dissolving the limestone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pH lower than 7. Anything acidic will do it.
Mm-hmm. So.
Chut Monk says, so is his urine.
Anyway. Well, we're at an hour and 43 minutes. Do we want to watch more of this stupid? I don't think if I recall, he doesn't really say anything different than he's already said throughout the rest of his video. But I'll leave it to y'all.
Nastiness.
We know it's not a heart. We know it's not big enough or special enough to be a giant's heart. The only thing that bit of rock would be good for would be filling up full of different coloured resin in a little box and then putting a light underneath it or something. It's a fucking rock. Jesus Christ.
Or as a border in my garden, it would look really nice in there.
You would. A couple of those look really cool in a little garden area as a feature.
Yes. Yeah, like where you plant your flowers and everything, a little plot there.
It'd be soft enough that you could put some LEDs inside it and it'll shine out. Ooh.
Ooh.
Magical. Oh, dear me.
Gracious.
Interior decorating with the sarcastic barman.
Hey, I like picking out decorating things and going, oh, that'd look nice, this would look nice. And even the bar wife would agree that I make some good choices.
Well, you picked her.
Yeah, she nods. Yes, I picked her, and that is a very good choice, because, to be fair, she's out my league, and I'm quite happy.
Hey, I kind of feel the same way about babes. I finally found a woman willing to put up with my bullshit, and it's like, well, okay, I guess I better keep her because there ain't too many of them.
That's the one. Don't let them go. Keep them chained up. I mean, love go.
Walk the door, man. Walk the door.
Just
She's
remember,
short.
Amy.
I put the key on the top shelf.
Yeah, just remember, Amy, the next time the uncalled for congregate and do their show, that I had nothing to do with Barman's jokes. That was all him.
Yes. Yes, we're not supposed to attack a whole group, or just the individual, right?
Yeah. As I said on poker the other night, when it sort of came up about sexism and things like that, I fully admitted I am sexist and I would save a woman first. I'm a terrible human being because I will make terrible jokes like this. I will put my hands up for that, and I just hope that the generation that comes after me does better than I did, because I am a terrible person when it comes to jokes and silly things. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you fit in just right around here. So why don't we go around the table, then see what everybody thought about this evening before we sign off. Check in with the live chat one more time, and then say goodnight. And Ragical, cool. Why don't we start with you?
Oh, sure. Wait, I have my thing.
I was doing a public service and I was on, but the barman
I want the soundboard.
I was gonna go for this.
This is a public service announcement. We are not responsible for what the sarcastic barman says. We are in no way associated with this man.
Brilliant.
So now it's official. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. There was funny stuff, man. I mean, I don't know where you found these guys, but hell, I'm glad you did. Kinda, Well, maybe not. I'm gonna go in another direction. I'm gonna be mentally scarred from what you have done to all of us. You cruel man, you. How dare you? Yeah. After this stream, I also have a video going online. It's 12. It's almost 13 minutes. Now I have a question. Should I premiere it?
We'll all head over and jump in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna premiere it for 12:15 my time. That's in about half an hour.
You're an hour ahead, aren't you?
Yeah.
That gives me time to wee, smoke, and everything.
Well, I'm pushing the button now for premiere. Let's see. I need to set it to 12:15. But yeah, that's all I had to say. And thanks for having me on the show. It was fun.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. Sorry we couldn't send more people over, but apparently Tuesday nights isn't a good night for this. We got a little less than half of what we normally have on a Trog Clan live, but what the hell,
There's a lot of bigger channels live as well, so maybe they're.
There's a few tonight.
Well, that too. But then when you go 48 days without making a video, people tend to think that maybe you just disappeared.
Who's that guy?
Shit happens.
Why am I subbed for him? Unsub.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah.
48 days. That's a hell of a.
I have been so unmotivated about making a video lately. I have gotten so bored of flat earthers that I can't even talk about them anymore. it's just how many times can you say the same shit over and over, and say the same jokes over and over, and it's like, nah, I gotta find something that's going to inspire me. Spiritual, so I was kind of close. He gave me a little inspiration, and got me up a little bit about, hey, let's do a show. But still, I wouldn't have wanted to make a video about him. That just would have been way too much effort. Because as Ragical knows, doing these animated style videos actually is a lot of work.
Yep. Yeah, I got it down to a science right now because I just have a few copy-pasted things and scenes I can just drag and drop into there. But usually I had to manually do the bloody facepalm and wobbling of the character, which is also walking, But it's a bit easier now if you have a scene set up, so get yourself some scenes.
Well, I do, but, initially I was doing... every episode was different. The whole set design and everything was completely different. So yeah, that took a lot of time to set all that shit up. But anyway, enough about me. I'm not that egotistical. Barman, what do you got about tonight?
Oh, good God. I've decided there must be about a 6-month time limit between the first video and the second video. Because obviously the first guy spent no nutting for another 5 months, went down to the river, had an awesomely big explosion, which just sort of solidified in the water. And then the second guy's then picked up and go, ooh, look at this. It's some amazing fossilized stuff. It's like, no, it's just some guy's jizz from up the road, dude, you bloody strange bastard. Yeah, both these people were crazy. Both of them need to go and get laid and go to a pub and drink some stuff. And the first guy needs to lay off the weed if he thinks that he's going to astral project at some point. And that you can't astral project down to the South Pole because the government is blocking it. Even though it's astral projection and it's not real. She's like, Jesus Christ, these people and their drugs, they've obviously had far too much and just need to come and have some alcohol because alcohol's good for you. Yeah. That's all I've got.
Yeah, well said. What about you, Teddy?
Oh, man. I'm a wee bit disappointed we didn't get to see a wee bit more of the second video just to really get a true taste of the stupid. But that first video, man, oh wow, that was something else. A right handful. What can I say? I mean, Barman's covered it pretty much from start to finish there. Lay off the weed, mate. You're not a superhero, but you're definitely a wanker.
What about you, Amy? What do you got to say about our videos tonight? And once you get done with that, let me know what's going on in the live chat, please.
Sure, yeah. No, the first guy was something else. I think he just needs to have some private moments in his bathroom or something, or in a private area with his sock or something, and just move on. The second one, he found a rock with holes in it. So what?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. It's a cool rock. I like rocks. I always used to collect them when I was little too. So yeah, no, it's just a rock. To come all excited on YouTube because he found a giant's heart, supposedly. No, that's just silly. It's just, yeah, silly. Yeah, those. Hopefully, we can find some more like that, though. Some good videos.
Yeah, we'll find something.
Yeah, we will. The Glober Mom is going to be working on Nathan Thompson. I guess Validation Boy put out a video about the iNetwork the other night, so we've got that too. And Mr. Clapperjack says, "I like trains."
So he likes trains?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. Well,
I do too. They're pretty cool.
Wait, because of the chugga woo woo, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes. I think that's it.
I don't judge people's lifestyles. I'm not against the pharmaceutical and/or recreational use of mind-altering substance, be it liquid, plant-based or whatever. But if you have used enough that you think you're a superhero and things like that, you might want to reevaluate. Just saying. And better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So, read a fucking book, inoculate yourself against stupid, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight for the Trog Clan Live. We will see you again next month. Between now and then, you can catch me and the Sarcastic Barman and Amy and Teddy over on the I Network doing various things, and we'll see you then. Eddie. No, I'm not drunk, goddammit. Teddy. Let's go home.